Now you can experience the convenience of clear, clean, great-tasting water for drinking or cooking right at your kitchen sink by installing the Culligan Easy Change drinking water filtration system with dedicated faucet. This premium under-sink filtration system, available in 3 different models with 3 different levels of filtration, is quick and easy to install and avoids the mess of changing out traditional cartridges experienced with other under-sink systems. To replace a cartridge, just twist and pull down to remove, and push up and twist to install a new one. Most importantly, the Culligan Easy Change filtration system begins to impact the quality and flavor of your water immediately. For up to 1 year between filter cartridge changes, this system reduces chlorine by up to 97% and particulates by up to 99%, while reducing bad taste and odor and other contaminants such as lead, cysts, and VOCs. Go to CulliganDIY.com for details on filtration performance for each of the 3 models. The Easy Change under-sink filtration system comes complete with everything you need for setup and operation, including the attractive chrome faucet. Installation is simple and takes only minutes on most sinks with some common household tools. Here's a checklist. Let's start by mounting the dedicated faucet. Installation of the faucet works best for sinks with pre-drilled holes typically used for soap dispensers or water sprayers. If drilling is required, consult the installation instructions for proper technique. Begin by removing the cap or device already in place. In this case, a soap dispenser. Just unscrew the plastic nut under the sink to release the device. Insert spout into faucet body. Tighten by screwing the spout nut onto the threads on the faucet body. Slide the black rubber gasket onto threaded faucet stem, and then lower faucet stem through hole in sink. Accessing the faucet from underneath the sink, slide the metal washer up the faucet stem, followed by the white plastic stem nut. Tighten with fingers to secure faucet to sink. Do not use pliers. Next, we install the water supply adapter. Turn off cold water supply line. Turn on cold water at faucet and allow all water to drain from line. Disconnect cold water line from 1/2-inch diameter threaded stub on the bottom of the cold water faucet inlet. Apply Teflon tape onto male threads of faucet stub and supply adapter. Screw the water supply adapter to the threaded faucet stub. Using the nut that previously connected the cold water line to the faucet, screw the cold water line to the male supply adapter threads. Hand tighten and snug with wrench. Next, let's mount the filter assembly. Select a location under the sink to mount the filter assembly. Allow at least 1.5 inches below the filter cartridge to enable cartridge changes, or 12 inches below the filter head. The filter head should be mounted in a vertical position on a stud or firm surface. Use mounting bracket as a template to mark screw locations. Using a drill bit slightly smaller than the screws supplied, drill pilot holes in the cabinet. Be aware of what's behind the cabinet wall. Mount filter head in marked location using supplied screws. With the filter assembly mounted, now it's time to connect it to the supply adapter. Determine the amount of plastic tubing needed to connect the inlet of the filter with the supply adapter. Be sure to allow enough tubing to prevent kinking and cut the tubing squarely. Place a mark 5/8 inches from both ends of the tubing, and then insert into the supply adapter until the mark is flush with fitting. Then insert the other end of tubing into the filter inlet until the mark is flush with fitting. Next, we connect the filter to the dedicated faucet. Determine the amount of plastic tubing needed to connect the outlet of the filter with the faucet. Again, cut the tubing squarely. Slide compression nut over tubing, followed by the ferrule. Then place insert into end of tubing. Push the tubing firmly into the end of the faucet stem and hand tighten the compression nut onto threads until secure. Then tighten approximately 1/2 turn with a wrench. Now remove the battery from the side of the cartridge and put inside the slot just below the Culligan logo on the faucet. Once the battery is inserted correctly, the LED will blink red for about 30 seconds. Then it will shut off. To indicate the filter needs to be changed within a 30-day time frame, it will flash yellow. When the filter needs to be changed immediately, it will flash red. The battery should be changed every time a filter is changed. Now let's install the filter cartridge. We're installing the US Easy 4 here, but all 3 Easy Change models install with the same simple push and twist motion into the same filter housing. Hold cartridge from the bottom when installing. Line up the arrow on the cartridge with unlocked padlock symbol on the head. Insert cartridge by pushing up and then turn arrow to locked padlock symbol. Turn on water supply valve. Look above and below for leaks. If there is a leak, turn off water and read Troubleshooting section in Installation Guide. To operate, rotate handle of filter faucet counterclockwise to on position. Allow water to run 10 minutes to flush air and carbon fines from the system. You are now ready to enjoy clean, clear, great-tasting Culligan water for drinking or cooking right at your kitchen sink.